Welcome back everyone, this is Mondo All Day, back with another video. And in this video, we'll be taking a look at the brand new 2 Walmart exclusive collectible figures. Here we have Max Mercury from The Flash, and we have Shazam from the DC vs. Vampire storyline. As always, I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, put to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the box for each one. Start off with Max Mercury, front of the box, this side, the back, the other side, top, and bottom, and then front of the box, this side, the back, which I really like this art, the other side, top, and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at each figure outside the box. As always, we do come with a card. The front of the card looks like for Max Mercury. The back of the card. Front of the card for Shazam, DC vs. Vampires. The back of the card. And then for Shazam, it does come with closed fists. There's 2 of them, so here is his left and here is his right. Not much to it in terms of the fist. Right, you got a little bit of like the base gray paint, a little bit of dark gray on there, and some vein here and there in the knuckles. So not much to it, but there's that. For Max Mercury, it does come with something we've never seen before. It's gonna be lightning bolts. That is being called sarcasm, or sarcastic, excuse me. So here's a lightning bolt, one of them. You get the light blue on the transparent, which I like. It comes with a smaller one. It comes with probably like the one you put in your leg or something. And probably like the biggest one. There you go. Another lightning bolt on here. It's like a light blue transparent. And of course, they both come with regular puck stands. Now let's take a look at Max Mercury. We start off with the headpiece. So head, left, right, up, down, shoulder, bicep, elbow, wrist, torso, swivel, and then we have leg articulation, knees, ankles, it's a little stiff right now, and of course toes as well. So overall, the articulation on this figure is actually really good overall. Now let's talk about the figure itself, because based upon the mold, or the body I should say, it is going to be a Deadman reused. Not everything, but it does have a lot of similarities to the Deadman figure or mold I should say. But let's take a look at the headpiece. The headpiece does look good. It's kind of funny how like it's supposed to be like when superheroes wear masks to to protect their identity. But yeah, look at his mask. Like, what's protecting him? You can tell who it is underneath his mask on here. I have not read too much of the whole Flash lore, so I'm not familiar with this character. I have heard of him, so I don't know if he in the comics has like an identity, like a secret identity. But it's kind of funny how usually, like I said, superheroes, they wear masks to protect themselves from their identity, but you can see clearly here, one, you got like the little red little thing here on his forehead, then you got the painted eyebrows, the painted eyes, the cheeks are very plain, not much to it, you got the painted lips on there, right, and then you have the little eye, or I don't know what you want to call it, face outline that's red. Then you have here, like, supposed to be like the mask, but that looks kind of I don't know if it's like a helmet type of thing or actual mask itself, but I don't know. But it has it around the back, but you can see the skin. So again, I'm not familiar with this character, but I know he is kind of like a speedster. But that's that. So the headpiece itself, it's fine. It's not the greatest. It's just fine. And then we have here the arms. The arms are nice, plain looking arm. You got a little bit muscle definition on the tricep, nice big shoulder, bicep. Then we have here the forearms, where it has this kind of, I don't know, you can see the actual bagginess of it. You got little wrinkles on there. You got the trigger hand on this left hand. Then you have a closed fist on his right hand. And here we have the other arm. Similar to the left arm, it's going to be just very muscle tone, nice definition. And here we have the upper torso. And then it's going to be a regular, just light gray upper body. Not much to it, just very, very muscle tone. You can see the abdomen, a little bit of the chest, obliques on there. You can see that little chest hair on there, definition of the actual chest. And there's the back, kind of a little baggy on there, kind of design, which I like. It makes it pop a little bit. And again, just the paint, silver, light silver paint. And so overall, the upper body on this figure, it's fine. Again, it's Max Mercury. You know, from the images I've seen of Max Mercury, there really isn't too much of a design for like a really unique, over-the-top detail. So McFarlane did best he could, and he did use, like I said, dead man body. So it looks good. I don't hate it. No, I'm not like in love with it. I'm like, oh, it's cool. That's that. Did he do squats? Damn, alright. You definitely did some squats there, Max Mercury, so shout out to you. Here we have the hamstrings, which is not much to it. There's hardly any definition. The calves. Here's the side of the boot with that dark blue. And the joints don't match up in terms of the actual boot and the feet. You can see that perfectly what I mean. Here's the front of the boot. Dark blue. And here's going to be the knees. And of course, the thighs. Thighs do have some muscle definition. And it's going to be like a light blue. So you got like dark blue, light blue, and then of course the light silver paint on it. And that's pretty much it on this figure. There's really not much to it. As I mentioned, he doesn't have a lot of like super over-the-top detail like design in terms of costume. And so for what it is for this character, I'd say it's a nice, clean-looking figure. Is it amazing? In my opinion, no. But I don't hate it. I'm just like, oh, it's cool. We had Max Mercury. Cool, a different character for the DC Multiverse. I'm liking it. Plus, it's another speedster, so I like that. So, for this figure, it's cool. I like it. Can't hate on it. So, I'm digging it. Now, let's take a look at Shazam, or Vampire Shazam. We'll start off with the articulation. So, come back here and put that up. There you go. Head, left, right. Up, down is a bit limited. It does hit right here. Up, down. Oof. Then we have the shoulder. Bicep. Ooh, it's a little stiff. Elbow. Then we have here the wrist. Then we have the torso. This figure's stiff. Whoa. Put it in hot water. Torso. Then we have the leg articulation, knees, ankles, and toes as well. So overall, the articulation on this figure, the head is a bit limited in terms of up-down, but everything else is good overall. Now let's talk about the figure because, man, Walmart's been getting some really good exclusive one. You have the Vampire Story line figures, and they've been really, really good, except for Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne being like the weakest one out of all of them. To me, till this day, is going to be the Lantern. The Lantern is probably still the best one, and this one, it's really darn good. The headpiece looks incredible. Look at the paint on his eyes. You know me, I'm a sucker for white eyes. This one has white eyes, but also red around it, like shadowing. And it really does pop. Look at that detail. You got the painted eyebrows, the teeth, and you got the blood. I do like when McFarlane does blood, he does like have that glossy dark red. But yet, well, we'll talk about that in a bit. But anyways, you can see the teeth on there. A little bit of the tongue inside. My camera can't pick it up, unfortunately. But you can see that nice, shiny blood coming out of his mouth. Then you got the wrinkles on here on the skin, right? And then you have, of course, dark gray with a little bit of shadowing of black and dark gray. It makes it really, really good. And it makes it pop. Then you got the hairstyle as well, too. Damn, he looks like a vampire. He's all creepy looking, but yet he looks cool, man. Look at the hairstyle, the mohawk. That looks so cool, man. It's 2-in-1. It's creepy looking, but also cool, creepy looking. Very stylish, creepy looking. It's kind of an odd combination. But overall, the headpiece looks really, really, really nice. You got the elf ears as well, too, which I like. The headpiece looks incredible, man. For the price that you're paying for it, for the headpiece, it looks really, really, really good. And then here we have the arms. The arms, not much to it in terms of actual like paint, just that burgundy paint, which looks fine. But you do have that detail on here. I don't know, yeah, you can see that perfectly right here. The textured feel to it, which I like. And then here we have the forearms. I do like. I wish it was a pearl kind of paint to it. It's not. It's more like copper paint, but I wish it was pearl. But it's fine overall. And then here we have the claw hands, as I call it. Very veiny, right? But I wish it was a bit more of like the shadowing paint that's on here, also present here on the hand, on this hand, I should say, because this one's just kind of plain looking, just gray, right? I wish it had more of this kind of shadowing paint. And here we have the other arm. Similar to the left arm, you're going to have that texture detail on the actual body itself. And then this hand does have the blood on here. I do like the dark red blood, excuse me. It really looks good. But here's the problem, though. This looks good, right? The blood, it looks real. Obviously, it's not, but you get what I'm saying, right? But yet, the logo, it has this kind of cheap blood stain on it. Like, come on, McFarlane, paint this, have this kind of color paint on here. Really, really, really good. This just looks kind of cheap. And unfortunately, having it, the base paint being yellow because of the Shazam logo, it makes it look really cheap. Does that make sense? Or maybe it's just me, but like this looks cool in blood. This looks really cool in blood. This just looks cheap. So anyways, here we have the torso on here. You got the Shazam logo, really, really thick Shazam logo on here. And more of that texture here on the sides. Right, very, very muscle tone on here. Same with the body here as well. I mean, the arm, excuse me. Very muscle tone. Also present on the upper body, right? You can see like the obliques on here, the chest. And then, of course, the Shazam logo. And here's going to be the cape. The cape is fine, very plain looking. I wish it had more like scuff marks on it or something. Or more of that shadowing paint to make it look like dirty. This is just very plain, matte, great paint to it. And here's the back of the upper body. More of the texture on here on the upper body. Similar to the arms and, of course, the front. And so overall, the upper body on this figure, it's really good overall in terms of the upper body. Just the whole red paint on here. It's like, come on, why can't it be this kind of paint, right? Because to me, look at this. You gotta admit, this looks really cool. Same thing here. You gotta admit, it looks really cool. Then you look at here, it's like, oh. Alright, and also, why didn't it land here on the actual cape? I know I'm nitpicking, but you were right there, McFarlane. Come on now. Does he do squats? Oh, damn, it's very defined. Damn, he definitely does some squats. Wow. You got Max Mercury, and we have here Shazam. They definitely do squats, so kudos to you, Shazam. Here we have the back of the legs. More of that texture detail. No muscle definition on the hamstrings. Then you have the boot. I do like this little texture detail on the actual boot itself right here. You can see that same kind of color that's on here. Also present here on the boot. Here's the side of the boot. And here's going to be the front of the boot itself. Right, you can see the little design here on the boot itself. You got a little design there on the feet, which looks really nice. You got the knees. Then you got the actual thighs, and again, more of the texture detail, but you do have the design here, which I want to talk about. This thing has this kind of design on here, this streak all over the body. You got the thigh right here. It goes to the underwear, abdomen, and it goes to actually to the shoulders right there. But you can see the detail on there. And then here we have his belt on there. Nice, shiny gold paint. I wish it was pearl. All right, I wish it was pearl, but it's not. But it is what it is. And here's the back of the actual belt as well, too. There you go. You can see that little detail on there. Right? Some like detail, right? Little design, but nothing too crazy or anything. So overall, this figure looks really, really, really good. As mentioned, the best one so far of the whole vampire storyline is going to be none other than the Lantern. The Lantern, to me, is still my favorite one. This is up there, possibly maybe my second best. The Batman's cool. Joker's really cool. Superman is really, really good. And I'm waiting for the Wonder Woman. I mean, come on. We have to get the Wonder Woman infected. I mean, a vampire. So, we have to get Wonder Woman. And, of course, well, I don't want to spoil it, but we do have to get the character that becomes a vampire. If you read the book, you know what I'm talking about. I want that character as a vampire. But, anyways, this figure itself, I'm really liking this figure. So, heck yeah, the headpiece looks really good. The blood looks good. It's just the downside is going to be right here, the blood stain, and not on the cape. It's not a deal breaker, but it's like, come on, you're right there. But apart from that, it's a good looking figure and a great addition to the DC Multiverse. And yes, I want more of these Vampires figures. Look really, really cool. And this one, McFarlane did a really good job with it. So heck yeah, I'm really liking this figure. But of course, the main question is it really worth it? Should you go out and get these figures? Let's start off with Max Mercury. For the price for what you're getting, I would say that's a good deal for it. The figure itself is very plain, clean looking, right? Not much to it, but it's a new character for the DC Multiverse. Yeah, it's a reuse from, what's his name? Deadman. And you do get some lightning effects, so there is that. So for the price, yeah, it's fine. For Shazam, heck yeah, for $23. Yeah, you don't get a lot of accessories, I'll be honest. You do get an extra pair of hands, but the figure itself looks solid. The headpiece looks really good, much better in person. Trust me when I say that. The only downside, and this is just a nitpick from me, is going to be the blood. I wish there was the whole Shazam blood logo on there. I wish it was more of that dark, glossy red. Apart from that, it's a good looking figure. And of course, he has some nice glutes. Regards to the price though, what do I think about the figures? They both look good. Max Mercury, I like it. Just a new character for the DC Multiverse. For Shazam, of course, like I said, I want more. I want more of the vampires. I want Wonder Woman. I don't want to spoil it, but there is a character that becomes a vampire. I want that character as a vampire. So, McFarlane, if you're watching this, make that character. So overall, what I would give these figures, they both get a thumbs up for me. For value for money, yeah, new character, cool. For this one though, the headpiece itself, top notch figure. Even the body looks really good. This is just a nitpick, the whole blood. But apart from that, really good looking figure. So yeah, once again, they both get a thumbs up for me, and they're both Walmart exclusive, so get them now before they're gone. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with me these figures or plan on purchasing these figures? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to our support channel, to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of the Walmart exclusive gold label figures. We have Max Mercury and Shazam. And on to the next one.